Good evening. It is June 10th, and this is Google Rocks number 37. We're very happy to have a guest on, Rowan Mulligan, who is the founder of Maui PLEDGE LUPUS, and she will introduce herself. And we also have two other people on the panel today, and they will introduce themselves as well. So we'll start with the others, and then we'll have Rowan introduce herself and tell us a little bit about what Maui Pledge Lupus is all about. So Anne, could you tell us
Okay,
about
hi, I'm
yourself?
Anne. I'm the librarian at Kalani High School.
Okay. Ollie?
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm the librarian at Haiku Elementary School.
Okay. And here we have Rowan. And I just realized we didn't do our labels, our lower thirds, but that's okay. We're informal to that. Usually we have like a little label at the bottom, but it's all good. Okay, go ahead, Rowan. Sorry, got distracted.
Okay, it's okay. I'm Rowan. I'm a graduate from Seabury Hall, just graduated, and I'm one of the presidents of the Interact Club who helped start Maui Pledge Lupus. And we also have Isabella here. Isabella, do you want to introduce yourself too?
Yeah, hi, I'm Isabella. I also just graduated from Seabury and was also the president of the Rotary with Rowan and helped her with her project this year, which was a lot of fun.
Awesome. So how did that all start, Rowan? How did it come to be?
How did it come to be? I guess it came to be, I guess, the first, inkling or I guess spark started when I was diagnosed with lupus 2 years ago, but I didn't know what the diagnosis was. I didn't know what the disease was, so that was kind of an area I saw that I needed to improve upon in myself and in the community. So, I knew that once I kind of got over the diagnosis, the shock of the diagnosis, and once I acquainted myself with the disease and all that stuff. Sorry, her call just ended, so I had to recall her.
Okay, no problem. Technology, we're all good. It's fine.
Hi, Isabella. Please leave a message.
Yeah, she's not picking up. Maybe she'll call me back. But I knew that once I acquainted myself with the disease and got used to myself having lupus, and once I, the meds worked and I got, stable and healthy again, I knew that I wanted to do something. So senior year came along, and I knew that this would be the year to do something. I had junior year to really figure myself out, figure the disease out, so I figured senior year would be my year of action, and then the halfway point came around. I had finished applying to colleges and stuff, and I knew that, well, it was now or never. I wouldn't have a time other than the second half of senior year to do something, so I decided to start working on the project then for May, Lupus Awareness Month. So I guess that's how that started.
Neat. And what happened was, did it start with the assembly at our school, or had you already set everything in motion via Interact?
Well, I guess I originally had the idea of wanting to do a presentation, an awareness presentation to just our school, to increase the awareness within the school and hopefully, get more people invested in the cause. But as I've explained in some, the other places, it turned into a big project pretty quickly, I'd say. We had that special prom with Maui Prep when they were helping our Interact out with the Valentine's Day prom theme thing we did at Seabury. We do it every year. And so Maui Prep was there, and I was talking to Mr. Carlin, the president of the Kihei Wailea Rotary Club, and he said that Maui Prep would probably be interested in helping us out. So I talked to the president, Tim Lee, over there, and he said that they'd be more than interested. They needed actually a spring project for their Interact Club, so they were more than happy to help out. And then he ended up knowing Jonathan Ibanez at St. Anthony, the president over there, so I got them on board, and then I talked to a friend I know up at King Kekalike, and she got me in touch with their president there, and they helped on board. And then I knew a friend who knew someone, the president at the Maui High Interact Club, and I got them on board. And then she knew the president of the Baldwin Interact Club, so I got them on board. And then I have some hula sisters who go to Kamehameha, so I got them on board a little bit too.
Wow.
So it turned into quite a large project.
Yeah, it snowballed. Well, I remember when you did the assembly, how touched we all felt, and of course we all wanted to help. So I'm sure that happened when you did, talk to the others as well. It's just a natural kind of thing. And the Maui News article was fantastic that Gadono did on you.
Yeah. The day actually we did the awareness PowerPoint, I wasn't really expecting to sell anything, but I think we ended up making $237 like the first day of the actual PowerPoint. So I mean, I wasn't expecting anyone to have money or anything, but I don't know. We raised a lot of money that first day, which was really surprising, but it was really touching too. It's something I'm gonna remember.
Yeah, it was quite amazing. So some of our viewers might not know what lupus is. Could you give a thumbnail idea of what the disease is?
Yeah, lupus is an autoimmune disease in which the body's immune system attacks the healthy tissues and organs of the body. I explained 3 types of lupus. There's discoid lupus erythematosus, which is the lupus that primarily affects the skin, and it leaves red or white rashes on your skin, on your neck, on the upper back, or the back of your hands, or your cheek or your nose. You know, I heard a lot of people actually came up to me and told me that they had or knew someone that had that type of lupus. And then there's drug-induced lupus. That's lupus primarily caused by overexposure or exposure to some sort of medication. And I think the 3 main symptoms of that is arthritis, and another one in Malaysia, which is muscle pain. And then there's systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE, which is what I have, and to be diagnosed with that, you have to have 4 out of the 11 symptoms, which include kidney function impairment, sensitivity to the sun, muscle pain, joint pain, anemia, Raynaud's disease, hair loss, impaired concentration, chronic fever, all that other stuff. So
and it's not. Is it true that it's not an easy disease to diagnose?
No, it isn't, because so many of the symptoms vary within each individual, and because that they aren't characteristic of the disease, it's really hard to tell that you have lupus, because anemia, just because you have anemia doesn't mean you have lupus, or just because you're sensitive to the sun doesn't mean you have lupus, or just because you have some joint pain or arthritis, it doesn't mean you have lupus. So it's extremely difficult to pin the disease down within individuals. So that's why I was so lucky that they caught it so early for me when I was 15. I think they say lupus is most commonly diagnosed within women of childbearing years, so girls or women from the ages of 15 to 45, that's where it's most common, but it's really hard, and it varies when the symptoms are exacerbated or emphasized, when they show themselves, and when they collectively show themselves enough to be characteristic of lupus.
Mm-hmm. And so you're going to college. You're going to do everything that you wanted to before, right? How has lupus changed you, or changed the way you live, your lifestyle, anything? Or
well, I take medication now, so I have my daily morning pill session. I have to be careful in the sun. I can't be, have too much time in the sun. I'm careful of my joints, because I do have, some joint pain. I should be getting more sleep, which I haven't been following lately, but that's a goal in the near future, more sleep, because I've been talking to a lot of people that have lupus too, and they said the key is sleep, so I should probably start sleeping more. I guess mentally it's challenged me too. You know, physically it was sort of a challenge, but you have medication for that. But the mental challenge of the disease definitely is a struggle that comes with lupus. But I'd say now after acquainting myself with the disease and finding that I can still do things just as well or even better with the disease, I guess I've found a new confidence within myself that's been refortified by the disease. So that's, I guess, a good thing.
And is there support available for people with lupus that you know about, or?
You know, not that I've found really. I guess there may be a lupus support group. I was talking to this one man at the Seabury Hill Craft Fair, and he was talking about his friend had a lupus support group sometimes. But children with lupus or teenagers with lupus isn't a very common thing on Maui or in the state of Hawaii, which was one of the things that I ran into when I was researching before the project. I think I looked for the Lupus Foundation of Hawaii, and it wasn't really active or anything. So that was one area that I saw that needed some awareness and attention.
Well, I know I had an aunt who had lupus for many, many, many years. And she found support in her religion. She, you know, we were raised up Catholic, and she ended up going to the Buddhist religion because it gave her a lot of peace.
I've started yoga. Yeah, yoga is a good thing.
Neat.
Yeah, I took Chinese philosophy right around that time, so that was a good thing too.
Neat. Holly looks like she might want to ask you a question. Jump in, Holly, if you want to ask a question.
Yeah, I was wondering how one gets lupus. I have a sister who has lupus, and she lives on the mainland, so I've never really asked her this. But do you know how people get lupus?
Well, the thing about lupus is there is no cure, and the exact cause of lupus is unknown. They know that some environmental factors can bring out the symptoms. So if you're in the sun a lot, that can provoke a flare-up. Oh, hi, Isabella. Isabella's back.
Yay, Isabella. Yay.
I know that stress is also a thing that can provoke flare-ups. We're just talking about lupus right now, Isabella, symptoms and stuff. So stress, the sun, physical exertion sometimes. There's a variety of environmental factors.
So that's what brings it up, but you don't know how you got it.
So there may be a hereditary link. 5 to 10% of the people that have SLE have a family member that also have it, but the results aren't conclusive enough to be able to say lupus is hereditary and you're born with it.
Have you altered your diet any?
Yes, I actually have. I found that maybe it's the disease or maybe it's just me being quirky, but my digestive system, it's kind of a little more sensitive now, so I have to be a little more careful with what I eat. I eat smaller breakfasts now because it kind of weighs me down for the rest of the day. I think I eat more fruit now. I'd say. I mean, I liked fruit before, but I definitely eat more fruit now. Protein, I think my mom was saying something about protein. I've never been a fan of protein, and I think it has something that you should be careful about. Don't quote me on that, I'm not a doctor, but personally, I'd stay away from a lot of protein, and you're more in tune with your body, so you have to be more aware of the signs that your body's giving, because I think right now, my mouth is a little sensitive to acid, so I'm on the watch to see if anything else feels imbalanced, to see if we need to be worried or something right now.
Are you conscious of eating organically or canned food or chemicals in your food, stuff like that?
Probably not as much as I should be. I'm not an organic farming freak or anything, but it is good to eat, good foods, natural food. Stay away from the polysaturated fats, and that
Just
kind of
general.
stuff.
Yeah.
In general, it's good to stay away from that kind of stuff. So
I was just wondering if, well, you've had it you've known about it for 2 years, right? You said.
yeah.
So I was just wondering if there was any, if you found that if you ate too much sugar or you ate too much of this, that, or the other thing, that you had flare-ups.
Not necessarily flare-ups, but eating a lot of junk food, it definitely affects your mood and your body. So it's something that you should. I know for Lent, I gave up all sweets and chocolates and baked goods and stuff, and I felt really good for those 49 days or 40 days that I gave all that stuff. I definitely felt better. So
Something to remember.
yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Very
Thank you.
good. Now that we have Isabella, would you like to mention anything about how Interact was involved, or any thoughts for our audience?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the thing about what do you want me to mention?
Just whatever you want to share about Interact being involved with the Maui Pledge Lupus.
Oh, well, it wouldn't have been possible without Rowan because she was the visionary, but it was really nice to see it come to shape with, the help of our club, and we had a lot of younger members that really, stepped up and helped us, and it was really fun to see, and I know it made Rowan really happy, and it, definitely, there was a lot of moments where Rowan's this is making my day, and that made me really happy that, her project was empowering her, which is a really nice thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, to add on to that, we had a tie-dye making party, and it was, I think, in the middle of AP season studying for us, but we got, I think, most of the club out there, right, Isabella?
Yeah, we had people that weren't even in it.
Yeah, we had people not really even active members come, and we were all tie-dyeing and making the poster board for the craft fair, and putting the rubber bands on the T-shirts and hanging them up and dyeing them, and it was a really great thing. It was a lot of fun, and it gave me confidence that the club is going to do well next year too.
I was going to ask about that. Is it going to continue, the lupus? Oh, you're talking about the Interact, how Interact's going to be doing. But
Yeah.
Is anything happening with lupus or with Maui Pledge Lupus?
I've been collecting money from the other schools that we partnered up with, and I think most of them have told me that their club is planning on doing it again next year, and so I left them with the materials, the leftover materials that they haven't sold yet to sell next year. So I'm hoping that they can do something next year. That'd be really cool to see it.
So actually, we didn't really recap what all you did, because there was more than tie-dye shirts. There were bracelets you sold. You were basically fundraising, right, and building awareness. So what are the different components of it? There were the bracelets that you made.
We made and sold the lupus awareness bracelets. We sold lupus awareness pins. I got a couple of bouquets of dried lavender up from the Elite Equal Lavender Farm, so we were selling mini lavender bouquets. We had a purple bake sale. We had a tie-dye shirt sale for for Lavender for Lupus Day, and that was the Wear Purple Day when we got everyone to wear purple. We had a craft fair booth at Seabury. We had a booth at the Sands Jams up at Kalama Intermediate. We had a spot on MauiPonaRadio.org. We had the front page cover of the Maui News. We had an interview from the Akaku people through the youth program, and
which turned out to be a documentary, a wonderful documentary.
Really, I think that was through the Wide Beam program or something. I know the kid Colin is from St. Anthony, so he was filming us with Kat Tracy. And we've been to 3 Rotary clubs this month for additional awareness and additional fun. So that's everything we've done. Anything to add, Isabella? Did you do anything else?
Everything.
Okay. Yeah, I got everything.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And we were actually going to have Rowan on in May, but it didn't work out. I had an emergency, so we didn't plan. That would have been cool to have it for May. So is May Awareness for Lupus Month nationally? I had never heard about it. That campaign before.
I googled it, and I think it might even be international. I know May 10th was International Lupus Day, I think. Don't quote me on that. It's off memory. But I know that there was an International Lupus Day, and when I googled it, May was Lupus Awareness Month. I think it was originally in October, but they moved it to May to coincide with the Lupus Awareness Day. That's my understanding of it.
Neat.
Yeah.
Well, I think we started something on Maui, that's for sure. I'm quite amazed at how one person and then two with Isabella coming on and then the Interact Club getting involved, and they're all students, right?
Yeah. In the Interact clubs, yeah, we got all students to come and do this.
That is, to me, like the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah, it was really cool to see Maui come together as a community like that. It was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Yeah.
Anything else that anybody wants to ask? I should look at the question and answer thing to see if there are any questions, but I don't think so. Okay, no questions from the audience. We have a couple of viewers. Generally what happens with these is we have a few live viewers, but most of our viewers come afterwards. Kind of cool. Most people, like for instance, we're at 7 p.m. here, and the East Coast, they're sleeping.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
Yeah, I have some family on the mainland in New Jersey, and I hear that they're wearing purple over for Lavender for Lupus Day.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why we're wearing purple, by the way.
Yeah.
Solidarity for Rowan and for Lupus.
Yay.
Yay. Neat. Anybody else have anything to add or any comments? Anne, you have any comments about what Rowan said? Any questions?
No, I think it's really great what you did. Just be
Thank you.
driven, have your passion, and so just don't stress out at college, okay?
Yeah, really.
Where are you going to college, Rowan? Tell everyone.
I'm going to Claremont McKenna College in Southern California. And Isabella's going to American University in D.C.
Neat.
Yeah.
Very good.
Nice.
Okay. Unless there are any questions, I think we're pretty much done. Unless, Rowan, you want to add anything that I didn't ask about?
Well, the Facebook page is still active. We're at 199 likes, so I'm still hoping to get one more like to break 200.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I'm still tallying up all the money. I did a preliminary tally, and then we got more money, and then I did another tally, and then we got more money. So I've resigned myself to just waiting it out a little, and then I'll do the final tally, and then I'll post it on.
Awesome. And maybe Holly is not on with this. Maybe she'll be your 200. Does she get like a lollipop or something?
Yay!
Imaginary purple lollipop.
There we go. What is the Facebook? What is the Facebook page under?
Maui Pledge Lupus.
Maui Pledge Lupus. I will be your number 200.
Yeah! I've been hoping for a while now.
That's very cool. Yeah, I was going to actually ask you about the funding now. Where does that go? Where does the funding go?
We're donating all of our raised funds to the Lupus Foundation of America. So, all the checks that we've received and all the credit card numbers and all the cash that we've received, it's all going to the Lupus Foundation of America.
And that's for research, right?
Yeah, for basically research of the disease.
Cool. A good
That's
cause.
the most. I think it's the most active organization out there for lupus, so that's why we decided upon that one.
Well, we do have show notes like we usually do for each show, so people can go to a bit.ly link that I created. It's bit.ly/gr37notes, and I think that's on the event. And it'll be on the YouTube video to get to that. So we can add links as we find them. that sort of thing.
Right.
This
Yeah,
is
the
so
best a
awesome.
good spot for it is lupus.org if you want more information.
Lupus.org?
Yeah, that'll
That's
take you
easy to
to the Lupus
remember.
Foundation. Yeah, it'll take you to the foundation, the Lupus Foundation of America's site, and that's where a lot of the information I have now is from.
Nice.
Yeah.
You think they'll ever find a cure, just off the top of your head? Are you hoping?
You know, they just came out with a new medication. It was 50 years ago since they came out with a new thing, so that was a pretty big advancement. So they're not. I don't know how close they are to a cure yet, but they're definitely coming out with new ways to cope with the disease and handle it.
Oh, neat.
In real
And
life.
is that medication, just curious, is that medication anti-inflammatory, or what does it do?
Um, the ones I'm taking some steroids. They're anti-inflammatory. So they help with this joint swelling and stuff. I'm not
Neat.
exactly sure everything that they do. I know that they do a lot, but so I can't say everything that it does, but
Yeah.
them are.
Keeps you good. That's all
Yeah.
that counts.
You know,
I
yeah.
had a thought. You know, on the website, the lupus.org website, you should promote what you're doing and send them the articles, and you write up something so then they can post what you did to show others what you're doing, and maybe others may pick up too and do it in their community.
Yeah.
Toot your horn.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are doing stuff all over. I think we were talking to the newest woman in charge of I'm not sure, fundraising or something. And she was wanting to talk to me about my experience there, and she was talking about, other people have done walks and other fundraisers throughout the nation, which is really cool. So I'm not the only person who's doing stuff for Lupus.
No, but what you do is kind of unique. I mean, you know, many organizations have walks and stuff, so I don't think anyone has come up with something like this. So, and it proves that high schoolers can do lots too, you know.
Yeah, we can if we set our mind to it. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
I think that's a huge lesson about possibility thinking for kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
Rowan,
cool.
Yes.
I would like to encourage you to do some research on your own onto dietary things that you can do. I know there's some things out there that will help and some things that you eat that will hinder it, and I think it would be I think it would help you a lot if you knew what to focus on eating and what to avoid.
Yeah, I usually do it by feel. It's trial and error, but yeah.
If you actually did the research, though, that would speed things up.
I think Rowan's mom does the research for her.
Yeah, my mom said I usually try and stay away because researching too much you get all the scary articles about extreme cases of people dying of it or something.
Yeah, so don't do that. Yeah, let your mom find out the dietary stuff.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Rowan. It's been
thank you for inviting me.
You've enriched us with your story. I mean, Mauians I know are changed. People were just the Maui News article alone was quite amazing. We've got a lot of people talking and donating and aware. So you definitely have made a difference already. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I guess we're done for today. Thanks to Holly and Anne for coming on as well. And we'll see you next week. We're going to be talking about the Kamehameha Schools Unconference, which was held a couple weeks ago. Nice. So without further ado, we'll say aloha, and people on the panel can stay on, but we're going to stop the broadcast right now. Thanks for coming.